Hello and welcome. I am Rajat Majumdar. Today I will guide you through one of the most powerful qualitative data collection tools, interviews. In the context of development research, understanding people's life experiences is essential. Numbers tell you what is happening, but interviews tell you why. Over the next few minutes, we will explore how interviews work, when to use them, their strengths and limitations, and real-world examples. So, let's begin. So, what are interviews? At its core, an interview is a method of gathering information through direct verbal communication. It allows researchers to gain insights into participants' attitudes, beliefs, motivations, and experiences. Sometimes something surveys or statistics might overlook. In development research, this tool is often used in rural communities, schools, NGOs, and households to understand the human stories behind the data. Types of interviews. There are generally three types of interviews used in research. First, structured interviews follows a fixed set of questions with little deviation, perfect for comparative studies. Semi-structured interviews, the most common in development research, offer a balance. A guide is followed, but there's room to explore unexpected topics. Finally, unstructured interviews are more like open conversations, ideal for exploratory or ethnographic work, where the goal is to uncover deep, nuanced perspective. When to use interviews. Interviews are ideal when research questions demands depth, complexity, and sensitivity. In development context, for example, interviews help explore the barriers faced by girls in education, understand why certain communities resist public health campaigns, or assess the real-world impact of microloan programs. They are also invaluable in participatory research, where we don't just study communities but involve them. Designing interview questions. Creating effective interview questions is an art. First, focus on open-ended questions, ones that begin with how, why, or what. This encourages detailed responses rather than yes or no answers. Avoid leading or biased phrasing. For example, instead of asking, "Don't you think microcredit has helped you?" ask, "How has microcredit affected your daily life?" Make sure each question aligns with your research objectives and flows naturally. A logical structure creates comfort for participants and clarity for the analysis. Conducting an interview. Before the interviews, always ensure ethical standards, obtain informed consent, guarantees confidentiality, and respect cultural norms. During the interviews, build rapport with the participants, start with easier questions to ease them in, make the environment comfortable, whether it's a community center, home, or phone call. Record the session with permission, take brief notes, and remain attentive. Sometimes silence can be powerful. It gives participant, participants space to reflect. Strength of interviews. Interviews offers unmatched richness in data. They let us dig deeper into complex issues like why a development program failed in one village but thrived in another. They are especially effective when exploring sensitive topics such as gender-based violence or cultural resistance. Interviews also allow for real-time clarification, which reduces misunderstanding and enhances accuracy. Limitations and solutions. However, interviews are not without limitations. They are time-consuming both to conduct and transcribe. That's why it's crucial to plan interviews efficiently and use tools like Otter or NVBO for transcription and coding. There's also risk of interviewer's bias, where the tone or framing of question influences the response. To reduce this, training and pilot testing are essential. Finally, analyzing qualitative data is more subjective than numbers, but the insights it yields are often far more valuable in understanding real-world change. Real-world examples. Let's look at a few real-world cases in Bangladesh. Interviews with rural women help researchers understand how microfinance law. So, in Bangladesh, interviews with rural women help researchers understand how microfinance loans impacted not just income but empowerment and household decision making. In sub-Saharan Africa, interviews with parents and teachers revealed why school attendance programs failed to improve learning outcomes sometimes quantitative data couldn't explain. These stories help reshape policies, making them more community-centered and responsive. Final thoughts. To wrap up, interviews are more than just asking questions. They are about listening, understanding, and connecting. In development research, they offer a window into the lives behind the statistics. If used thoughtfully, with ethical care and analytical rigor, they become a powerful force for crafting evidence-based, human, and effective policies. Thank you everyone for watching.